Sit down. Take a breath. I am going to tell you something, and you are not going to like it. You are not poor because you do not earn enough money. You are poor because you are afraid. That is it. That is the whole video. You can leave now, but you will not, because somewhere inside you already knew. My name is Moishe. I am 78 years old. I have seen wars, I have seen markets, I have seen men with empty pockets become rich, and men with full pockets become beggars in a single afternoon. And in 60 years of watching, I learned one thing only. The enemy of your money is not the bank. It is not the government. It is not inflation, the rich, the poor, the news, your boss, your wife, or the mysterious system everyone loves to blame. The enemy is sitting in your chair. He is wearing your face, and he is terrified. Now, let me show you the proof, because I am not a man who throws words. I am a man who throws receipts. In 1979, two psychologists, Kahneman and Amos Tversky, published a paper in a journal called Econometrica. Many years later, that paper won the Nobel Prize. What did it say? One sentence, boobele, just one. The pain of losing $100 is twice as strong as the joy of winning $100. Twice. Not a little more. Twice. This is not weakness. This is not a flaw. This is your biology. The same little alarm bell in your skull that, 10,000 years ago, told your great-great-grandfather, "Do not eat that mushroom, do not pet that tiger," is the same bell that today is screaming at you not to move your money. But here is the joke, and it is a bitter one. The tiger is gone. The mushroom is gone. Your ancestors won. They survived so well that you, their descendant, sit in a warm apartment with running water, electric light, and a phone in your hand worth more than their entire village. And what do you do with this miracle? You hide your money under a digital mattress at 5% interest, and you call it being responsible. Let me tell you what responsible actually looks like. You open your banking app, you see the number, you feel a small, warm feeling. I have money. I am safe. 1 year passes. Inflation eats 8%. You do not feel it because the number on the screen is still there. The number lies. The number is the same, but the bread costs more, the rent costs more, the doctor costs more, the school for your child costs more. 5 years pass. Half of what you saved, gone, vanished. Not stolen, not lost. Burned. By you? Slowly, politely, with a smile. And the entire time you called yourself the smart one. Meanwhile, and listen carefully, because this is the part that is going to hurt, your neighbor, the same age, the same salary, the same starting capital, did one thing differently. He did not burn it. He put it where it could grow. 15% a year, on average, for 10 years. 10 years later, his pile is 4 times bigger than yours. Not because he is smarter, not because his father was rich, not because he had some secret, because he allowed himself to feel afraid, and he moved anyway. You know what you said to yourself every one of those 10 years? I am just not ready. Next month, next quarter. After this thing settles down, after the election, after the war, after my bonus. Tatale, I love you. So I am going to be honest with you the way only an old man is allowed to be. You were never not ready. You were afraid. And you dressed up your fear in expensive words so it would look like wisdom. Now I will tell you about myself, since tonight we are being honest. In 1971, I had a chance. A real one. A friend of mine, a man named Lev, came to me with a small business. Nothing glamorous. A printing shop in a bad part of the city. He needed a partner. He needed me. I had the money. I had the time. I had everything except one small thing. I was afraid. I told him, Lev, the neighborhood is not good. The economy is not good. The timing is not good. I gave him 100 reasons. They all sounded like wisdom. They all smelled like cowardice. Lev took another partner. 12 years later, that printing shop owned 3 buildings and 2 trucks. 12 years later, I was still working a job I hated to make back the money I never put in. I am not telling you this for sympathy. I am telling you this because I want you to understand. The smartest man in this story was the fool. And the fool was the one who said yes when his hands were shaking. In my village, when I was a boy, we had a saying. My mother, may her memory be a blessing, used to say it every Friday before Shabbos. Cowardice is more expensive than every risk it ever saved you from. I did not understand that sentence until I was 40. I am almost 80 now, and I think about it every single morning when I open my eyes. Because every year you wait, every year you prepare, every year you watch the market. That is not saving. That is paying. You are paying a tax called inaction. And the receipt is invisible, which is why most people never notice they are bleeding. Now, stop. Breathe. Because here comes the twist, and I want you to feel it in your chest. You think rich people are fearless. This is the first lie, and it is the deepest. I have sat at tables with men who moved millions before lunch. I have looked them in the eye 1 second before the trade. Their hands shake, boubele. Their stomachs turn. Their wives can hear them grinding their teeth at 3 in the morning. They are not fearless. They are not made of steel. They are not from another planet. They are exactly like you, except for one thing. They have a method. A small, ugly, repeatable little method for what to do when the fear shows up. It is not magic. It is not meditation. It is not manifesting. It is a sequence of 3 honest questions and a single rule about what to do with the answers. I will give you the whole thing in the next video, step by step. No fluff, no selling. Just the technique I learned in 1987 from a trader who lost everything, came back, lost everything again, and came back richer than before. He wrote it for me on a napkin in a coffee shop in Brooklyn. I still have that napkin. I have used what is on it for almost 40 years. But before I give it to you, you have to do one thing tonight. And if you cannot do this one thing, the technique will not save you. Nothing will save you. You have to look at the bill, sit down, open the calculator. Take the money you had 10 years ago, or 5, or 2, and ask yourself honestly, if I had moved it, even a little, even imperfectly, even into something boring and slow, how much would I have today? Subtract what you actually have. The number that comes out of that subtraction is what your fear charged you. In real currency. Not feelings, not theories. Money you could be holding right now if you had been brave enough to be a little bit foolish. Look at that number. Do not flinch. That tatele is the price of safety. And the worst part, the part that nobody on this internet will tell you because it does not sell courses, is that the bill keeps growing. Every month you do not act, the number gets bigger. Compound interest is a beautiful thing when it works for you. When it works against you, it is a slow, polite executioner. Let me tell you one more story, and then I am done. In my village there was a man named Yankel. Yankel had no education. Yankel had a limp from the army. Yankel could barely read. By every measure that the world respects, Yankel should have died poor. But Yankel had one thing the educated men in our village did not have. When Yankel was afraid, Yankel moved anyway. Small moves, stupid moves, wrong moves half the time. He bought a cart. He lost money. He bought another cart. He lost money. He bought a third cart, and that one fed his family for 40 years. The educated men, the careful men, the men with diplomas and good handwriting, they watched Yankel and they laughed. "Look at the fool," they said. "Look at the cripple with his carts." Those educated men died in the same one-room apartments they were born in. Yankel's grandchildren went to university on the money of 3 carts and one stubborn refusal to let fear win. So look at me, through the screen, right now. Your enemy is not the rich. The rich do not even know you exist. Your enemy is not the government. They are too busy arguing. Your enemy is not the cost of bread, or the news, or the bank, or your boss. Your enemy is the man in your chair, in your face, who right now is nodding along to old Moishe and thinking, "Yes, yes, very wise. I will start on Monday." You will not start on Monday. You know how I know? Because last Monday you said the same thing. And the Monday before that. And the Monday before that. I am going to ask you one question. You will answer it. Not out loud, not to me. To yourself in the silence after this video ends. When the day comes that you finally have to look back at your life and count what you did with your money, do you want to be the man who was careful and quietly broke? Or the man who was afraid and moved anyway? There is no third option, Buble. There never was. Now, one last thing, and then I let you go. In the comments, write one word. Just one. The thing you are most afraid of when it comes to money. Do not explain it. Do not apologize for it. Do not soften it. Just name it. Because in my village we had another saying, the one nobody quotes because it cuts too deep. A fear that has a name is already half a free man. Say its name. Down there, in the comments, where I can see it. And in the next video I will show you, step by step, exactly what to do with it. Until then, Tatale, do me one favor. Stop calling your fear a strategy. Stop calling your hesitation a plan. And stop pretending the bank account is a fortress, when in truth it is a slow, comfortable grave for everything you could have built. I will see you in the next video, Buble. Bring the napkin. Bring the courage. The rest we will handle together.